Hello everyone, how are you today? It is Sharon Hankins here from the blog I Restore Stuff, live with you on Essential Stencils Facebook page. And first of all, I am going to take my canvas, which is 16 by 12. See how it's the same size as our stencil. So this is a large 16 by 12 stencil, and I'm going to paint this. I'm going to give it a lovely pastel pink colour. So we're going to go with rose water from Fusion Mineral Paint, and I totally forgot to get a brush. And I'm going to be painting the sides as well, just so that we've got a nice consistent look all the way around our board. So I like to do the signs first because we may need a second coat on here, but this is a colour called Rose Water by Fusion Mineral Paint. A lot of their colours are just really good coverage. So this is the colour Rose Water by Fusion Mineral Paint. You can use any acrylic paints you like. This is the colour Rose Water here. Just grabbing that. And I did do the edges first earlier, but I forgot that this time. I think the edges are done pretty well. I can always touch them up afterwards if I need, because I'm mostly going to be doing my stenciling right across the board. Let me know, how's everyone's Christmas prep going? Have you done all of your Christmas shopping? Now, okay, so this is our stencil. It's Love is Patient script, and so it has the entire verse there. It doesn't have the verse reference, but it's the one from 1 Corinthians 13 in the Bible. And I'm going to lay that down in here. I'm going to do this in nice bright white colour, but what I like to do is to create a space in the centre for this. If you missed it earlier, I showed you all of the different stencils that come in this 6-pack love saying set. So there's a few scripture based ones in there, or just lovely sayings like together is my favourite place. I want to put this in the centre, but to do that I would like to create a bit of a space for that. So what I'm going to do is just simply lay this down. I might even lay it underneath so that it's in the centre, and oh no, I should be right just there. I was going to tape it though. I might tape it if you need to tape it in place. I'm just going to do that on top. And so when our words are stenciled around here, it's going to create a border, and this sign will be underneath. So let's have a look. Making sure that's around about the centre. I'm just eyeballing it, but if you would like to, get your tape measure and make sure it's in the centre. And this creates a border and a little space that we can add in the middle. So you could do this with a number of different stencils and signs. Rhonda, you ordered the script. It is so beautiful. Even if you're not sort of reading it, it just looks lovely. It has a nice background for a bunch of different things. Okay, so that's that there, ready to go, and we'll do it then. So when we're stenciling, I always use a offloading piece of cardboard. Hopefully you can kind of see that there. Yes, it's a mineral paint. Maggie says, my hands aren't as strong as they used to be. Yes, for opening those lids, they've got some great tips. So you can either run it under hot water or use a hairdryer to just heat the seal and it'll pop open. So there's a few different hints like that. I'm just going to grab what I've got here in the bottom of the lid because I've shaken the paint up. And we're just going to offload that onto our piece of cardstock till I've got that all worked into the bristles, and it's a fairly dry brush. Okay, so I'm going to start from here, and I'm just going to go in little circling motions, and I should have got something for underneath my canvas because it leans to the center. So when you're doing work on canvases, it's always good to place something hard underneath it, like a book, something that would fit on the top there. Okay, got everything here. So now we should see a space in the center when we take this up. Who's ready? There we go. So look at that. We've got a nice all the way. I'm just going to use my white. So you can mix the red with pearl, and it would probably create a bit more of a pinky red. It wouldn't be complete red, but it gives it a nice shimmery look. And I was trying to experiment with using vintage gold, mixing that with this pink color, and it just didn't look right. It looked too brown tan in color, so I wasn't quite happy with that. I do want these words to really stand out. So if this white doesn't make them really stand out, I think we'll do, I don't know, I feel like black would just make it really pop to make it stand out, that love never fails. We could just go over this with a second coat, and that might do as well. But yes, Fusion's Pearl Metallic would be a great option. But mine, I didn't have a pearl opened, so offloading the brush. So don't be tempted to add more in your brush, just do a second coat instead. Brenda, there is another pretty pink. There's a pink called Damask, which is a darker pink, and there's Peony, which is actually a lighter pink. So I want this to really stand out, and I think white might be my better option. So that's one coat. Now let's add another coat of this beautiful snowdrop colour. Got a great bunch on my brush. Load the brush. Try not to push too much. We just want more of the action going round and round in circles with our brush. Breeze on through. Look at that. So that does stand out. I think I'm happy with the way that that is standing out. And here's what we want to do. So I've got my brush that's got hardly any paint left on it. I'm seeing if any comes off. If it doesn't come off, we can add more. Our border. So that's what I'm trying to go for. See that look there? On that last side. There we go. And then we have our gorgeous Love Never Fails sign. And then super quickly, I've got all of my, well, some of my Essential Stencil transfers I've cut up and put them in these cute little zippy bags. Adorable. Now, I've got that the wrong way. This is the correct way of opening a card, right? Because I'm trying to do this upside down. Don't forget to use my code IRESTORESTUFF to get your 10% off. That includes all your transfers as well. So, where's my transfer tool on? Here it is. Now I've cut these out, pre-cut it out. Super easy to use if you've never used the transfers before. Some of you have transfers at home and you still haven't had a go at using some of them. So practice on something like a card. Ta-da! Cute little Valentine heart. I've warped my, it's very thin cardboard. If you have a thicker stock cardboard, it might be a bit better. But that is so cute. Little vintage looking heart balloon. And I hope you all have a wonderful Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and I'll see you in the new year for another fun live DIY project. So that's all for now. Merry Christmas, everybody.